Hi, Bill Barber from Poliigon here. In this video we're going to download a model from Poliigon.com, bring it into 3ds Max, position it correctly in our scene and then render it out with Redshift. Okay, so before we head over to Max we're going to need to download one of these models. Now currently they're within the textures menu drop down under models beta. I'm sure they'll get their own category soon enough, and the model we're going to be using is this one, Food Platter 002. Now by default the software is actually set to 3ds Max, so that's good. All we're going to do is select the appropriate renderer. Now I'm not using Arnold for this one, I'm using Redshift, so that's the one I'll select, and then you just hit download. I've already done that and saved it, so I'll skip that step. And yeah, let's head over to Max. So this is the scene that we're going to be using. It's quite a simple scene, just a couple of kitchen cabinets and a floor, and we're using the perspective view as our rendering camera. So to bring in the food model, you go up to File and then Import and then Merge, and then navigate to wherever it is you have saved your model. In my case it's here, Food Platter 002, and under Software you've got your different software choices depending on what you've downloaded. Obviously we want 3ds Max and a Redshift, and then just select the Max file and hit open. You'll then get this dialog up. We want all of it, so let's just select all and then hit OK. There we go. Now at this point I'm going to group all of these so they're all grouped together for when I select one, it'll select the whole lot. I'm just going to rotate this into roughly the sort of position I want. But before I move it, I'm going to go to File, Reference, and then Asset Tracking Tool. Now depending where you saved your model, if you saved it right in your root directory with all your other Max files, then fair enough, this should work without any issues. However, sometimes if you have a separate directory, you'll see we've got these file missing things coming up, and this is all to do with the food platter, and it's because I don't have my model saved in my core sort of Max directory structure, because I have a separate folder for all my models. So if you have this, just select all of the ones that are new and missing. There we go, have I got them all? Yeah. So select the ones that are missing, go to File, Paths, and then Set Path, and then when you hit the little button there to open up the path, it'll actually know where you've just imported from, Food Platter 002 Redshift. So you don't actually have to find the file, you just have to tell it to use it. Just hit Use Path, OK, and then all of those will turn to OK. Yeah. You might not run into that issue, but if you do, there's a quick fix for it. But it's just a matter of positioning it, basically. So we're going to grab that, move it over here to about, I don't know, about there. Grab it up the vertical axis there and position it as needed. And now I'll just grab it a little bit more in this kind of direction. Move it to about there. Good. Now I actually have brought in some other polygon objects for this, so I'm going to turn those on at this point. There we go. So with all those on and enabled, it's just a matter of finishing off exactly where we want this positioned. There we go. Great. So as you can see, using these models can really save you a lot of time. You just throw them in your scene and pretty much hit go. Now the materials are set up correctly. So we'll hit render and take a look at what we get. And there we go. Our render is finished. It's definitely looking really good. So in summary, we've downloaded a model from Poliigon.com, brought it into Max, used the asset tool to make sure that all of the textures were assigned correctly, positioned it in our scene, appropriate to where all the other models were, and then rendered it out with Redshift.